Chapman, but around these here parts I've been given the nickname of Johnny Appleseed. Speaking of apples, maybe you youngins could sing one of my favorite songs called One Little, Two Little, Three Little Apples.
One little, two little,
three little apples, 4 little, 5 little, 6 little apples.
slow it down. 7 little, 8 little, 9 little apples,
10 little apples on the tree.
Bend your knees.
Pick 1, pick 2, pick 3 apples.
Real loud.
Pick 4, pick 5, pick 6 apples. Pick 7, pick 8, pick 9 apples. 1 little apple on the tree.
1 little, 2 little,
3 little apples. 4 little, 5 little, 6 little apples. 7 little, 8 little, 9 little apples. 10 little apples on the tree. Pick 1, pick 2, pick 3 apples. Pick 4, pick 5, pick 6 apples. Pick 7, pick 8, pick 9 apples. 1 little apple on the tree.
Here comes Johnny again.
I was born in a small town in a place called Massachusetts. I wonder if any of you smart youngins remember the date of my birthday.
John Chapman,
Loud.
you were born on September 26th, way back in 1774.
Do you know what happened to my mom when I was just learning to crawl and walk?
Real loud, real loud.
Yes, John Chapman.
Your mom died.
Your mom died when you were only 2 years old.
Okay, thank you.
And that ain't all the bad news. Do you youngins know what happened to my pa after that?
Real loud.
Yes, John, your pa went off to war to fight with General George Washington.
When I was a youngin', like all y'all boys and girls, I like to do some of the same things you like to do today.
Although you were too poor to go to school, you were still determined to learn how to read and write.
As a boy, I loved to go off and play in the forest with all the little wild animals, but I never hurt any of them. Do you youngins know why I didn't hurt those little critters?
Yes, Johnny. You never harmed any of the animals because you respected them and the earth too.
You know, when I was 23 years old, I decided that I should go off and help the settlers who were traveling west. I knew that they would be mighty hungry along the way to building up our great country, so I came up with an idea of how I could help feed them.
You came up with the idea of planting apple seeds, which grew into hundreds of apple trees across the land.
Speaking of apple trees, I hear tell that you musical youngins have learned a song called Big Apple Tree. If you don't mind, would y'all sing it for me, please?
Apple tree, big apple tree, drop a red one down to me. Apple tree, big apple tree, drop a red one down to me.
Musicians.
You know, as I traveled, I took my walking stick with me. I also took a pot with me that I wore on my head. Now why do you suppose that I did something like that for?
Johnny Appleseed, you used your pot to drink fresh water from rivers, and you used your pot to cook apples when you got hungry.
Boy, are you some clever youngins. Well, did y'all know that I carried 2 other special things inside my bag? Can you guess what they were?
Yes, John Chapman, you carried the good book, which was your Bible, because you always wanted to be a preacher. You also carried lots of apple seeds to plant in the ground so that more apple trees would grow across the land.
Right you are. I traveled through 3 different places planting my apple seeds in the ground. Do y'all remember the names of those 3 places?
Sure, Johnny. Those 3 places became known as the states of Pennsylvania, Ohio, and Indiana.
I kept myself busy planting apple seeds so that settlers would have apples for eating and apples for cooking. Can y'all tell me some of the foods and products that folks can make from my delicious apples?
can
Yep.
be
Real loud. Maybe you guys say it loud. Loud.
apples can
Loud,
be
Abby.
made into apple pie.
Real loud, boys and girls.
Apples can be made into apple turnovers. Apples can be made into apple fritters. Apples can be made into apple dumplings. Apples can be made into apple juice and apple cider for drinking.
Pick it up. Real loud. Apple.
Apple can be made into applesauce.
I need it real loud. Jonathan, you close to them too. Yeah, thank you. Real loud, now. No, Vincent, it was still. Thank you. Real loud, Madeline. Come on, real loud.
Apple can make apple jelly. Apples can be made into apple butter. Apples can be made into red candy apples on a stick. Apples can be made into brown caramel on an apple
On it, still.
on a stick.
Ariana. This side, real loud. Real loud. Real loud.
Apples can
Now.
be eaten as a healthy snack.
John, real quick.
Apples can be red. Apples can be green. Apples can be yellow. Apples can be sweet. Apples can be sour. Apples are round. Apples are juicy. Apples are crunchy. Apples
Real
are
loud.
white inside.
I need it real loud, boys and girls.
Apples are fruit. Apples can be washed off and eaten fresh without cooking them.
Come on, Thomas Anthony. Come on, baby. Real loud.
Apples have green leaves. Apples have a brown skin. Apple has 5 little feet inside.
There's your picture. There's your picture, baby. Here it is. On the tape. No, there's your picture. Open it, baby. Real loud.
Apples have inside them when you eat it all up.
Mira. You hear me?
Apples have.
Apples have a peel. Real loud. Apples have a peel.
Apples have a peel on the outside of the apple called skin.
Bison. Peel. The red apple. It's right here. Peel. It's right there. Apples grow. Real loud. Loud.
Apples grow on trees.
Picture that, please. Ariana. Real loud, please.
Apple trees grow in an apple orchard.
Pick up brown ones. Real loud.
Apples start to turn brown when they are cut open. So start eating your apple slices.
Owie, that was mighty fine. Now, will you know-it-all young'un sing that song you learned called Way Up High in an Apple Tree?
Way up high in an apple tree, 2 red apples smiled at me, so I shook that tree as hard as I could. Down came the apples, good. Way up high in an apple tree, 2 red apples smiled at me, so I shook that tree as hard as I could. Down came the apples, good.
Positions.
Now, you know, most folks around here call me by my nickname, Johnny Appleseed, but I'm also known as the Apple Man. I hear that you young'uns have learned a song and dance called Do You Know the Apple Man? It sure would make me proud if y'all would sing and dance for me.
Positions. Hands behind your back. Girls, ready? Loud, go. Do
Do you
you
know the apple
Real loud,
man?
girls.
The apple man.
Real loud,
The
y'all.
apple man. Do you know the
Dance,
apple
Fiona.
man? Who lives on Drury Lane?
Real loud, boys, go.
Yes, I know the apple man. The apple man. The apple man. Yes, I know the apple man who lives on Drury
Come
Lane.
on, girls, go. Do
Do
you?
you know the apple
Move,
man?
Fiona.
The apple man. The apple man. Do you know the apple man who lives down Drury Lane?
Come on, boys.
Yes, I know the apple man. The apple man. The apple man. Yes, I know the apple man who lives on Drury Lane. We all know the apple man. The apple man. The apple man. We all know the apple man who lives on Drury Lane.
Positions. Here comes Johnny. Positions. Feet together.
If it ain't asking too much, would y'all mind singing happy birthday to me before I go out yonder to plant more apple seeds?
Happy
Birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, Johnny Appleseed. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, Johnny Appleseed. Happy birthday to you.
The end.